A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a historic ceremony held on March 24, 2025, Brazil's government issued a heartfelt apology to the families of victims of the country's military dictatorship, acknowledging the pain and suffering endured by those who lost their loved ones during this dark chapter in Brazilian history. The event took place at the Dom Bosco Cemetery in São Paulo, where the remains of victims may still lie in a clandestine mass grave discovered 35 years ago. The apology is part of a broader effort to address the injustices of the past and was delivered by Human Rights Minister Miki Evaristo during the observance of Right to Truth Day, a day celebrated in various countries to honor the victims of state violence and to promote transparency and accountability. For decades, families have been left in anguish, uncertain if their loved ones are among the more than 1,000 blue bags containing remains found in a ditch at the Peru's cemetery in 1990. The mass grave, the first of many uncovered after Brazil's 21-year military rule ended in 1985, also contained unidentified remains of individuals not linked to the anti-dictatorship struggle. Minister Evaristo admitted that the Brazilian state had been neglectful in the identification process of the remains, which had been held by 3 state universities and laboratories outside the country for nearly 25 years. Despite the government's annual investment of approximately 200,000 Brazilian reais, about $35,000, for the identification of these remains, Evaristo acknowledged that this effort is insufficient to provide peace to the families still searching for closure. Families have the right to the truth. Brazilian society has the right to the truth, Evaristo emphasized, highlighting the need for ongoing investigation and accountability. She referenced the dismantling of the Human Rights Ministry during the presidency of Jair Bolsonaro, a controversial figure known for his past support of the military regime. Attending the ceremony were numerous families still grappling with uncertainty regarding their loved ones. Gilberto Molina, who represented these families, shared his own experience of finally having his brother Flavio's remains identified in 2005. He expressed the profound grief that has lingered for nearly half a century for many families, stating, "It was a funeral of almost 50 years. For some other families, it still is an even longer one. I hope that every family here still has perseverance in their quest for justice." Brazil's Truth Commission reported in 2014 that at least 434 people were killed and over 100 disappeared during the military dictatorship. The plight of former politician Rubens Paiva, whose disappearance was depicted in the Academy Award-winning film, I'm Still Here, has reignited public interest in the dictatorship's human rights abuses, attracting millions of viewers in Brazil. Nomario Miranda, a former government minister and human rights activist, reflected on the significance of uncovering the mass grave in 1990, shortly after Brazil's return to democracy. He praised the efforts of then São Paulo Mayor Luísa Arundina, who, despite facing anonymous death threats, appointed city hall officers to oversee the searches for the missing. Miranda lamented the culture of silence that surrounded the dictatorship's crimes, stating, "It was all under the rug of society, it was all hidden, and you couldn't speak about it." That put the deal that ended the dictatorship in check, the one that spared torturers and executioners. The 1979 Amnesty Law, which has protected military personnel from prosecution for crimes committed during the dictatorship, may soon face scrutiny as Brazil's Supreme Court considers cases involving those killed by state agents. Antonio Pires Eustaquio, who managed the Dom Bosco Cemetery since 1976, expressed his relief at the government's apology, stating, "This can only happen in a democracy. Dictators don't apologize for their mistakes." However, not all families feel satisfied with the apology. Crimea Almeida, who lost her husband, father-in-law, and brother-in-law to the military regime, voiced her concerns that the apology alone is insufficient. "The apology is not enough. It is nice, we get emotional, but it doesn't solve the criminal act," she remarked, emphasizing the need for justice beyond mere words. As Brazil continues to grapple with its past, the apology serves as a crucial step towards healing and acknowledgement for the families of victims who have long sought the truth. The government's commitment to uncovering the identities of those lost during the dictatorship remains a vital promise to ensure that such abuses are never forgotten and that justice is ultimately served. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.